Guys, how are you guys doing? It is your girl Chandy here, and I am back again with another episode of Cultural Differences as a Nigerian living in a foreign country. I want to say a big thank you to you guys that watched the previous video. I mean, the engagement, the love, even though we had a bit of misunderstanding and disagreement, I mean, you guys still engaged on the post, like you basically consumed it. I want to say a very big thank you. So today we're going to be talking about cultural differences in Ghana. Nigerian living in Ghana, how she saw the country, her experiences and everything. Okay, so it's going to be really interesting because I mean we are all West Africans, and people will think that we're similar, but definitely today's guest is actually a very special person. She is equally a YouTuber and she's going to introduce herself. All right, before we get into the video, if you know that you're yet to subscribe to my channel and you definitely want to see the next episode of these videos that I keep on putting out, please do well to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell just beside it. And yeah, with that being said, let's get right into the video.
Guys, my name is Adeze Akubweze, and yes, like she rightly said, I'm a YouTuber here. I'm excited to talk about Ghana. I'm always excited. I'm always happy to talk about Ghana.
She's like a Ghanaian at heart and Nigeria by birth.
Yeah, but
basically.
Right. To properly introduce myself, though, I'm a Nigerian, but I studied in Ghana. At the undergraduate level, so I went to Ghana in 2011, and I stayed till 2015.
Ooh.
And then I went back in 2017 and stayed for like a couple of months. So like,
and you went back recently again.
Oh yeah, but that was like for just tourism.
Yeah,
to go back to my motherland.
Mm-hmm. So she actually has a lot of experience as a Nigerian who have lived in Ghana, and I know that you guys have a lot of curiosity, you guys have a lot of questions as to the difference and if there is a difference between Ghana and Nigeria. First, I'm going to ask, like, what was the first difference? Like, what was the first thing that made you realize that you were no longer in Nigeria, like stepping into Ghana? What was the first thing that you were like, oh no, I'm no longer in my country?
There's so many of them. It's so hard. Okay, so first of all, bear in mind that I went to Ghana when I was like just starting my early adulthood.
Yeah.
So a lot of the things that I was forming as an adult was in Ghana. But I guess the biggest one for me, there's so many things. Okay, first one, they weren't taking the lights in Ghana.
Really?
Yeah, so there was no interruption of power supply. For like my first 2 years in Ghana, the lights did not blink.
Insane, you guys. Insane.
Which at that time, it was a culture shock for me because I wasn't expecting it. In fact, like when my battery is low, like my phone battery, I'll be like, oh my God, I need to charge my phone. Forgetting that there will always be lights.
Oh my God, are you serious?
Yeah.
Because like why I'm really shocked about this, because I have just a very few Ghanaian friends, and they usually say they do not have stable lights. I really don't.
It might be. So the thing is, it might be different now. But at the time in 2011, it was like a couple years ago.
Yeah.
But even then, I feel like they still have like more of a stable one that we do. But who knows?
Impressive.
Yeah.
If you don't know this, there's no stable lights in Nigeria. only in some
a couple of places.
Very places in short.
Yeah.
And so, can you share something else that?
Let me share another one. So in Ghana, I went to the University of Ghana. By the way, shout out if you went to Legon. And so whenever we want to submit an assignment, even though the queue is like very long, people would like line up. Like people would respect the queue. But I remember like my first year when I finished like first semester, we come back to Nigeria in the airport, like we're queuing, but we realized that we're not moving. I was like, what's going on? And then somebody had to shout, "Oh, na Naija we do." So like, we had steps. So like that was a culture shock for me because like they were more, I guess in Ghana, more
they respect laws and orderliness.
Respect more laws than we do at the time. But yeah, it was different for me because we're very,
So how about the food? I mean, like food is one of like a representation of people's culture. You get, there are some people who cannot relocate to different countries because of food. Like what would I eat? Okay, so as West Africans, I wonder, like, because there's this battle between jollof rice. Thank you. Before we get into that food issue, so I am a Nigerian. Yeah, I've been eating jollof rice since I can remember. She is a Nigerian who has lived in Ghana, so I think that she can bring us out of.
Are you sure you want to go there?
Yeah, I want to go there. So no, I mean, like, there's just saying that a food is only as good as a cook, right? I mean, that's how it's said. Like, literally, everyone is not a good cook. Okay, so you now eating Nigerian jollof, you've eaten Ghana jollof. What is the difference? I'm not gonna say which one is better, but what is the difference between Ghana jollof and Nigerian jollof?
Yes, like that's a good question because There's a difference, so
Yeah.
in fact, we get to break it down. The kind of rice we use in Nigeria is different. Like we
Oh.
use, so if Ghanaians eat our rice, they're like it's too big. Like
Oh,
the
really?
grains are
Okay,
chunky.
do they use like those ones?
Yeah, they
village
use-
rice, like
Yeah,
those-
almost like the perfumed rice, like the
Oh.
smaller, the imported rice. That's what they use.
So
So,
they don't even
it's
use basmati
tinier.
rice.
Yeah, and their rice is like a little lighter than basmati. So you can imagine.
So it also contributes to how the jollof rice tastes.
Mm-hmm.
So
But
is
apart
it
from that,
part of like the type of rice they use, is that part of what makes the rice?
no, I
supposed
guess
to
they
taste?
also cook it differently. And when we try to eat Nigerian jollof, you can just eat Nigerian jollof. But Ghanaians like eat it with shito. They will add salad. They
What
will
is
add
shito?
egg. Oh, shito is like a pepper, like crayfish, prawn, pepper kind of sauce. It's
Sounds
black.
really-
It's
sounds
black
really
in
yummy.
color.
I
Yeah,
don't know what
you
it
can video.
I'm gonna find a picture
Yeah.
of it and just put up here. In case you
Yeah.
don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's very common in Ghana. In
Yeah.
fact, they eat. In fact, as far as I'm concerned, you Ghanaians eat everything with shito.
Oh, really?
Everything.
I heard this thing has been fascinating me all along. And
I
think
don't
I'm
have it
gonna
in
try
my house. I do.
Really?
Yeah, like I like it actually.
Like I said, I'm gonna try this out here. I heard that Ghanaians put egg in everything, even soup. Even soup. You
That's
guys.
another thing. Ghanaians eat a lot of egg. So going back to Ghana jollof and Nigerian jollof, I think that it is really dependent on who makes it.
Yeah.
For me though, I always thought if you're looking for who has the best jollof, just go to Senegal because I'm not the one that's going to break the argument. Like, I don't know. I really like some. I like some Nigerian jollof, depending on
Yeah.
who's cooking it. I like some Ghanaian jollof. I've not come to a place where I'm like, oh, I prefer this over
Comparing
this
it,
one.
okay.
Yeah,
Because I mean, it's just like you know, tasting a jollof I cooked and tasting a jollof she cooked.
yeah. You might just
And
have
then
a preference.
Yeah. So it's just a preference. How about food? I know we have we eat fufu, we eat jollof rice. I know we have these two meals in common.
Mm-hmm.
But like in general, do they eat the same thing? Like the way in natural African home we
Yeah.
have bread and tea for breakfast.
Yeah,
They
they're
eat the
very.
same thing.
They're very. As far as I'm concerned, so I've not been to a lot of other African countries, but
Yeah.
Ghanaians and Nigerians are very. Our foods are very similar. Like
Really?
they have jollof, they have fried rice, they have beans. So
Oh,
the way we
really?
have our beans, they call it red. You guys know.
Oh, red. Why do
They
you
have
call it
red
red?
because the red oil is literally swimming in the beans
Oh.
in a way. Like it's red. I guess
It's like agoni.
it's almost like our going, but not. It's closer to our regular jollof
Ah.
things. They have wache, which
Yeah, I've
is
heard
like
of
our
wache.
rice and beans, but cooked
Okay.
differently. They have and the light soup is like our pepper soup.
Yeah. I've heard of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They have kontomiri sauce, and their kontomiri sauce is like our egusi
So basically,
soup.
we eat like the same kind of things, but we call
Made
it different
differently
names.
and made
and they are made
differently.
differently.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's this question I have again.
Mm.
I don't know. In Nigeria, we have a buns we call Ghana buns. I'm going to put a picture here so you know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Mm.
So they call it Ghana buns, and people say they call it Ghana buns because it's made by Ghanaians. And I mean, I don't really know what Ghanaians look like, but the people who sell it, they seem to be non-Nigerians. So do Ghanaians eat Ghana buns? Like, do you
What's
see
Ghana buns?
Don't tell me.
Is it like buffalo?
Don't tell me. Yeah, she said. So I asked one of my friends. She said it's buffalo.
Oh yeah.
It's like a yellow.
Yeah, like the one we have in Nigeria,
Yeah,
but
they call it
smaller.
Ghana buns.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, it's very yellow. Like,
Yeah,
they
I know
sell
it. I know it.
So they do have it.
They
So
have
it's
it there.
actually theirs.
Yeah, I don't know if it's
Impressive.
theirs, but they call it something different.
Yeah, they
And
call it buffalo. Or
yeah,
so.
but it tastes.
But here we call it Ghana, and it's very yummy.
Oh, it's really nice.
It's very
yeah. And here it's in Ghana it's being sold by Ghanaians and being made by Ghanaians. So do you
Yeah.
mean in Nigeria the
Yeah,
people
they
that
call-
sell it are not Nigerians?
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. I didn't even know
I
that.
thought something new. You're welcome. Would people be able to tell you're a foreigner in Ghana? Like,
that's
could
a
they
good
tell you're a
one.
foreigner even without talking?
That's a good one. Okay, so a lot of my Nigerian friends in Legon, the Ghanaians could tell, but that was only because we were sometimes a little extra.
Yeah.
So, like for instance, in church, Ghanaians are very laid back. Like when they go
Yeah.
to church, they don't really dress so much. In
Oh,
fact,
nice.
even going for lectures,
Nigerians.
people don't wear makeup to class. People
Really?
literally wear slippers. People are very simple in Ghana. If they're going to church, very simple. But Nigerians, when they come to church, with me and my friends for 7 o'clock mass. So we'll put on heels, we'll wear our makeup, we'll wear
And
our
they'll be like, these
hair.
people are different.
So
They're like,
without us even talking, like just by our mannerism, you
Yeah.
can tell a Nigerian when you see one. However, if I'm just like my normal self, I blend in. Like you can't really tell because we look alike at the end of the day.
Right.
Like you can't really tell that.
I was hearing some people actually, I
Nigerian.
mean, I'm not one to generalize. We cannot generalize people on like a certain place they are from. But I do hear people say that Ghanaians are like darker in skin color.
I think for the most part you would find. So I wouldn't say Ghanaians are darker. I would say there are more dark people in Ghana, which I don't even know if I just said the same thing, but like if you place a Ghan, like you find a Ghanaian that has my skin color,
Yeah.
you find a Ghanaian that is like as light as my sister. My sister is very light.
Yeah.
So I can't generalize say Ghanaians are darker.
Yeah, we just can't
but they are just
generalize.
like more dark skinned people in Ghana than you find in Nigeria. But another thing is that I live in Lagos, she lives in Lagos. We don't know how the people from the
Yeah,
north
true.
like might look. They might be also like,
But I do know what the
dark
people from the east look like.
and they're light skinned.
And they're-
So yeah.
Yeah, actually, very interesting fact. I mean, it's unrelated to this video, but I did notice that most people living in the western part of Nigeria, they are really light skinned and they have like a really different eye color, like very pretty, like catfish kind of eye color, very very cute. I mean,
I didn't even know that.
yeah, like that's what I noticed. What do you say about the educational system? Did you school in the universities in Nigeria?
No, I never did. So it's
Okay, so
it's usually hard to compare.
Yeah, I actually have nothing to compare.
Exactly, except I'm comparing to like another person's experience. But like schooling in Ghana for me was fulfilling. I liked it. I liked it a lot. Like I said, I schooled in Legon. What do we compare to now? It's really hard to compare.
Yeah, you can't. You don't really have.
I just know that. Yeah, I just know that to pass, you have to study, which is usually what's obtainable in a lot of places.
Are they briberies in the university?
I
100%.
never heard of like people bribing anybody to like pass or paying anybody to like cut corners. Yeah. So, but yeah, like I said, I don't have anything to compare it to, but. Let me share a very weird experience that I had, which is very distinct also about Ghanaians. So I remember the first week of me being in Ghana. I went with my mom when I was just, going into Ghana, going into Legon in 2011. And then we decided to go to the market. And we get to the market and I was trying to buy eyeliner. I think I've shared this story before in other places, but I was trying to buy eyeliner. We got to the market around like 5 p.m. or 5:30. It was Makola. And then when we got to the market, that's the name of the market, Makola.
Okay, Makola.
So when we got there, I was looking at the eyeliner that I was trying to buy, and I said, "No man, oh please, I want to buy eyeliner." And she's like, "Oh sorry, my dear, we're closed." I'm like, okay, you just take the money, take the money. And she was like, "No, sorry, please come tomorrow." And I thought it was just how.
Wow.
Then we went to another shop. The guy was selling shoes. And for some reason, the lights were out in his area, but we could have still kind of roughed it, like maybe put on the touch or something.
Yeah.
We're like, "Oh, we want to buy shoes." He's like, "Oh, sorry, mommy, my lights are off. Go to that other person." I'm like, It can never be.
You don't like money.
It can never be my Nigerian Nigerians have like more of like a hustle spirit, and I think the Ghanaians even agree. Like, if it was a Nigerian woman, she would have sold that eyeliner to me. In fact, even if she had already closed her shop and you tell her, "Oh, madam, I'm going to your shop," she's like, "Oh no, come, let me open it for you." And then even the guy would have on his touch. I mean,
so generally, what do you think about Ghanaian guys? Like, do you see yourself? Anyway, you guys, we have come to the very end of today's video. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I had mad fun.
Yeah, it was kind of
and it was really interesting, getting to learn about Ghana. Literally just sitting here. Okay, I haven't even gone to the airport or nothing. So definitely check her out. Her name is Adeze Akobese. I'm going to be putting her handle on the screen. Okay, like she have a lot of Ghana content.
I do. I have like stuff, I like the other day I was checking and I have almost 15 Ghana content. I'm like, wait, what?
Ghana content. Wow. She's already. She's a Ghanaian by heart. Okay, so do not forget. I mean, like with all this excitement, do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe on this particular
Leave a comment if you want to see like other Ghana related content from us. Just leave a comment down there.
Ghana content, whatever questions you have. If you feel like you have a debate as to something she said, whatever it be, just put it down in the comment box and this will definitely be your plug. Alright, so do all to like, comment, share, and subscribe as I already said, and until the very next one. Bye.
Thank you for watching.